The first club of DSC GGV is the AIML club, the Artificial Intelligence and the Machine Learning club. So soon we are having some details. You are gonna to know some details about the functioning of that club. Mansi Chandrakar ma'am and Shubham Varshane will be talking about the functioning of the club. Let me share the screen.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mansi, you are audible. You can continue.
Okay, so good morning, Bells. Hope you all are doing well, and it's an immense pleasure to extend to you all. I am Mansi Chandrakar, one of the member of the AIML club. I believe some of you are filled with excitement to take your first step in engineering world by developing your skills and updating your knowledge in your concerned area. So on today's session, I will brief you one of the most trending technology of this era, which is artificial intelligence. Yeah, so let's start it. Next slide, please. Yeah, so our intelligence is what makes us human, and AI is an extension of that quality. So on the way of building truly intelligent machines, people are discovering new theories, principle, various methods and algorithm that have application and will improve our everyday life. So on the today's session, the content will be like this. First, we will see the AI introduction, then its history, subfields, applications, the AI prerequisites, career opportunity, along with companies working on AI, and at last, its future. First, we will see the vision of the club that DSC had started, the AIML club that will serve as the place of community for working on topics related to machine learning and artificial intelligence across disciplines. So the club is also a hub for project work in AI and ML. In club, members can form teams to work on projects like programming competitions and online course outside of regular meeting times, and then share their progress with the rest of the club during regular meetings. So artificial intelligence. So AI in simple terms is machine and computer learning, thinking and doing what human intelligence does. So instead of doing certain tasks repeatedly with AI, machine operates from data that we feed them, so they can recognize human voices, human languages, drive cars, or even have the ability to suggest the next course of treatment. So AI is something which impacts our everyday life. If you have ever used the Google search engine, what do? They give you optimized so near to what you asked for result. That was based on AI. On the other extreme, AI is used in robotics and even in weaponry, which can function without human aids. So let me ask you one thing. Next slide. Uh, next. So can you name some movies that are based on AI? Anyone? Yeah, Terminator. Yeah, 2.0. Yeah, that's Matrix. Yeah, Wally, obviously. Yeah, so between Hollywoods and your dusty stack of science fiction novel, you have been given many outlandish representation on AI future. But AI is already here. It's all around us, just in humbler form. AI actually describes the brain, not the body of intelligent machines. The AI of today can do some specific tasks like driving a car, booking meetings, picking your next Netflix binge. Yeah, so AI researchers is leading towards something more advanced, where a machine can do things in a way that is indistinguishable from human behavior. And we all are waiting for that time. So now let's explore who's the person behind this great inventory. It's one and only John McCarthy, also known as the father of AI. He was an American computer cognitive scientist. John was indeed a scientific giant. He paved the way for some of the world's transformative technologies like programming languages, the internet, the web, robots. He invented the first programming language for symbolic computation and coined the term artificial intelligence. Some other remembered prominent leader who devoted their life for AI, they are Alan Turing, Marvin Minsky, Alan Newell, Claude Shannon, Nathaniel Rochester, and Geoffrey Hinton. To learn the whole AI, we had to see some subfields of AI. As we all know that AI is a giant creature. So to gain insight, you must learn about its subfield like machine learning, natural language processing, robotics, computer vision, reinforcement learning, and deep learning. So for the time being, I will make you familiar with the machine learning. So what machine learning exactly? So machine learning is actually an instrument in the AI symphony, has an ability for an algorithm to learn from prior data in order to produce a behavior. So ML is teaching machines to make decisions in situations they have never seen. And the most mainstream approach to ML is showing the algorithm a data set of some situation and telling it what the right decision is, which we say is the training of a model. This is basically a supervised machine learning. We will see it later what this is. So once the model has been trained, we can feed them some new data through the algorithms, and hopefully the machine makes intelligent decision in this new situation. So here's the question arise: how do machine actually learns? Because they don't have the ability to think on their own, just like we do, humans do, but they are same as humans, trying, failing, and repeating again. So during the training, we have to tune certain parameters of our models to get the satisfying result. Normally, it take many iteration. Uh, so automatically, they adjust some parameters for our models. Next, we will see the deep learning part. The deep learning part is the machine learning technique that teaches computer to do what comes naturally to humans, just like learning by the examples. It's actually a key technology behind driverless car, enabling them to recognize a stop sign or to distinguish a pedestrian from a lamppost. Yeah, so also it's a key to voice control in consumers' devices like phone, tablets, TV, or any hands-free speaker. So deep learning is actually getting lots of attention lately, and basically for good reasons. It's achieving their results that they were possibly before. Have you heard of the Go game? Anyone? Yeah. So basically, it's a part of a deep learning, where deep learning was the actually core technology behind this, and there was an AlphaGo AI machine. So what's actually Go game? So in this Go game, there is a number of possible position on the board, which is greater than the number of atom in the universe. And that machine beats a world champion human of a complex game, Go. In the deep learning part, we will also see the natural language processing. It's actually a field concerned with the interaction between computers and natural human languages, either in the form of speech or text. uh, how they create this. So engineers make this work by training the technology. They give their computer programs lots of data about languages as a written sentence or phrases and transcript from live conversation. So that it learn from time word that how words are together, what they are implying with our words, and what we need for our communication. Next, we will see the types of machine learning. Yeah, so in supervised learning, what we do is we provide some pairs of inputs and output to help the computer train. And in unsupervised learning, we let the computer learn from the data itself without showing what is the expected output. And at last, the reinforcement learning. So in some cases, we cannot formulate what is input and output data, but have the environment able to generate feedback. So in these cases, we can use reinforcement learning. Now we will see some real life applications of the machine learning. Yeah, next please, next slide. Yeah, so first is speech recognition, which is a Google Translator. Remember the time when you travel to a new place and you find it difficult to communicate with the locals or to find some local spot there because everything is written in the different languages. Well, those days are gone now. Google Translator works on thousands of languages and dictionaries by using NLP to provide the most accurate translation of any sentences or words. Since the tone of the words also matters, it uses some technique like POS tagging, named entity recognition, and chunking to get familiar with the tone. And it's also one of the best and most used application in machine learning. Next, we will see image recognition. So one of the most common application of machine learning is identifying some terrorist if they're in the crowd, or some, or to recognize the face of the employee for letting them inside the building and automatically check their names in the attendance register. For that, image recognition is used. Also, I know that all of you are using some social media platforms. So there is one automatic friend tagging section. What they do is they actually automatically find the face of the person, which matches his database and hence suggests us to tag that person on. Next, self-driving cars. Well, here is one of the coolest application of machine learning, uh, and it's already people are using this. Machine learning actually plays very important role in self-driving cars, and I'm sure you guys might have heard about Tesla, the leader in this business. And their current artificial intelligence is driven by the hardware manufacturer NVIDIA, which is based on unsupervised learning algorithm. Next, traffic prediction. We all know Google Maps now. Google Maps is probably the app we use wherever we go out and require assistance in direction and traffic. Or if you have used an app to book a cab, you are already using machine learning to an extent. It provides a personalized application which is unique to you. They automatically detect your location and provide options based on your history and patterns. Fraud detection. Experts predict that online credit card fraud soars a whopping of $32 billion in 2020. That's more than a profit made by any Coca-Cola or any company, big company. That's something to worry about. As the number of transactions has increased due to variety of payment channels like credit card, smartphone, numerous wallets, NPI, and much more, So at the same time, the amounts of criminal have become adept to find loopholes. So whenever a customer carries out a transaction, the machine learning model truly extracts their profile, searching for suspicious pattern. So if this really excites you and you are a beginner, then we have some basic prerequisites that will help you get started with the subject. Next slide, please. Yeah. So first, you have to hold on mathematics, namely calculus, statistic, and probability. Also, you have to gain some experience in programming languages like Java or Python. Also, you have a good understanding and writing algorithms, a strong background in data analyst, a good amount of knowledge in discrete mathematics, and also you have the will to learn machine learning languages. Yeah, so that's me at the end of the talk. Now I will hand over to Shubham for further details. Thank you.
Hello, I am audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you are audible,
Okay,
Shubham.
thank you, Mansi, ma'am. Hi, everyone. Myself, Shubham Basne. I am from BTech second year CSE branch. I will tell you about the career opportunities in the fields of machine learning and artificial intelligence. According to the Forbes magazine, there will be 58 million jobs up to 2022 for AI scientists. Think this is a huge amount, especially for an engineer. Not the perspective of the job, the market revenue of AI company in 2020 is $156 billion. And the growth of AI in the past year is 270%. And it will be much more in the future. According to the reports, up to 2045, we will all have our personal AI assistant, just like Jarvis, Alexa, Google, etc. And AI is also known as the job of the future. Now I will tell you about the big companies which working on AI. Many of them you have already known. Okay, the first company is DeepMind. DeepMind is a British artificial intelligence company founded in September 2010. And 2014, DeepMind technology acquired by Google and currently owned by Alphabet. Alphabet is a parent company of Google. It is one of the topmost companies working on AI. And the second company is Google. All you know Google. Google has its own research team named Google Brain, and it will work for long-term AI in every subfields of artificial intelligence and machine learning, in robotics, and deep learning. And Google used artificial intelligence in its own products, just like email and YouTube, etc. And the next one is Facebook. Facebook is also working in research of artificial intelligence, and Facebook has created its own framework for deep learning. And Facebook uses artificial intelligence in its own applications like tagging friend and textual analysis and advertisement purpose. The next one is OpenAI. You have already known Elon Musk, the second richest person of the world. He founded an AI company in 2015 named OpenAI. Tesla's autonomous car is a product of OpenAI. The next one is IBM. IBM is one of the oldest companies working in the field of computer science. It gained attention in 2011 for creating an AI program Watson. It is a program for question answering. And the next one is Baidu. It is a Chinese company working on AI. Its headquarters is in Beijing. Baidu is inserting artificial intelligence in our smartphone using deep learning. The best example of deep learning in our phone is our face lock. Now I will tell you the future scope of AI. AI is one of the most popular technologies on this planet. So in future, we will see AI in every field, almost every field. Some of the fields are given. One is healthcare. Lots of research is already working in the healthcare. And in the future, we can also use AI for the identification of dangerous diseases like cancer, etc. And the second one is we also use in cybersecurity. AI can detect and analyze the threats, and while providing the insights to the analyst for making the better decision. The next one is AI in transport. You have already seen Google Maps, And autonomous car is the best example of AI in transport. In future, we will see and we will all use an autonomous car. And autopilot mode in airplane. Aeroplane is the example of AI in transport. AI can be used in business. Data scientist is an example of AI in business. They identified the insights from the data, and this will help us to improve our business. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was all from the AI and ML club. So the next club is the competitive programming club from DSC GGV. So they can start now. Pranav, you can start with the presentation. Am I audible?
Yeah, thank you, Dipesh sir. That was a lovely presentation of the AIML club of our DSC GGV. I hope everyone is liking the session, isn't it, guys? You can reply in the chat box below. Hey there, myself, Pranav Rajveer from CSC second year, and I'm also a member of DSC GGV. And now we are going to move towards the competitive programming club. So first, I wanted to know from you guys in the chat box below whether you know anything about competitive programming or about coding or not. Just reply yes or no in the chat box. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now, before knowing about the competitive programming club, let's move towards knowing about what exactly is competitive programming. So moving on to the next segment. Yeah, so as you can see in the emoji, don't get confused by it. Okay, so yeah, the kid is doing programming while listening to music, so no problem in that. But programming is really a fun. It is a brain exercise for you. It is just a mental sport, and when this sport is held over internet involving sport programmers, it is called competitive programming. So yeah, competitive programming is a very fun sport which increases your logical ability as well as mental awareness. Programming is also a challenging role, and once you enter this field, you will encounter new challenges and you may have to solve some problems which no one has solved before, or the solution doesn't exist anywhere. At that time, you are expected to come up with a solution in the least possible time using your problem solving and logical ability. So the one and clear goal behind these problem solving and logical ability is to prepare a programmer such that his her logical ability increases and she is able to write code for challenging situations. Now, moving to the next segment, we have it as, now the biggest question that arises here is, why competitive programming? Why is it so necessary? Means, why is it necessary to be a part of competitive programming in your college life? So I'll give you just one simple example. See guys, if you are a good competitive programmer, that means it opens a huge door of yours to go into the FANG companies directly with on the basis of how much you do great in competitive programming. FANG companies, you know, Facebook, Google, Amazon. So you guys need to get your hands little dirty in competitive programming so that your path becomes a little bit easy in going into those FANG companies and getting yourself established in the career. And now moving towards our first point that we have is, obviously it increases problem solving and logical ability skills, because while solving the problems online in the contest, what we do is we compete with other programmers throughout the world. And therefore we apply mathematical implementations and logic in through our code and submit it to a solution. It also makes you a desirable candidate for major companies like FANG, which I told you before. It also helps you to solve complicated problems which are related to real world sometimes, or sometimes related to mathematical implementations. The most important thing about competitive programming is, first I wanted to know from you guys, how many of you have heard of Google's competitive programming contests like Hashcode or Google Code Jam or Facebook Hacker Cup? Yeah, yeah. You guys know ICPC. Yeah, great. Commendable, very nice. So yeah, so competitive programming, what it does, it just motivates you to work in teams in these competitions, and just uh, makes your path very easy towards cracking your dream company. So once you start working in teams, then what you do, you take up moderate as well as tough problems and try to solve it in your teams, and then give some knowledge to your team members and also take some knowledge from your team members, so that whole cohesion is maintained and you all guys work together. This is the main motive of our competitive programming club. We are looking for people who are just so motivated about programming and coding as well as CP, so that we develop a sense of awareness as well as a feature of CP in our college, so that no student who does CP has a problem to get into his her dream company. Yeah, so now moving towards the next segment, we have it as, okay, now again a big question: how to prepare for competitive programming? Just I wanted to know from you guys in the chat box below that how many of you have done coding or something related to computers in your +2, 10+2. So just reply me in the chat, yes or no. Okay, no, yes, yeah. Basics, no problem, no problem. Even if you have done in 10+2, or even if you have not done in 10+2, there is no issue at all. You are coming to college, you are coming in our hands now. If you are interested in this competitive programming, then it's we have full guidance for you for each and every step, how to process it further and how to crack your dream company or whatever you want to do in future. Because it competitive programming is not only for cracking dream company, it also involves increasing your logical ability and problem solving skills, which is necessary in today's market very much. So the first point that we have is choose a programming language. Obviously, guys, isn't it? We have to choose a programming language. For example, any language you can choose, like C language, C++, or Java language, because without any language, no programming is possible. Like if we speak also for communication, English is necessary, Hindi is necessary. So without learning languages, nothing is possible. So the next point that we have is learn that language very efficiently. Yes, this is a very important point. You should learn the syntax as well as the whole structure of that language very nicely, so that you get never a problem while writing programs related to that language. Never you get a problem at all. So yeah, learning that language is utmost necessary. That is very efficient. Learning is very necessary. Now the next next point we have is give context and solve problems. This is also a very important point, because without solving problems or giving contests, you are not going to get better in competitive programming at all. Like all of you, most of you have come from JEE exams only, isn't it? So I'd like to say that in your JEE also, you gave your test series, isn't it? You gave your test series, and the test series that you gave, it improved your JEE marks, actual marks as well. So the competitive programming also works in the same way, that like JEE only. You have to give as much as contest and as solve as much as problems as you can, and also keep in mind that each and every problem that you solve, you develop a sense of thinking about that problem and not solve it randomly. Okay, like you are seeing a dog in the GIF, he's just solving the something doing in the laptop randomly. So no guys, CP is not like that. You have to take a pen and paper and sit accordingly with time and table to solve this problem. Now you have learned a programming language. Now it's time to take the knife in your hand and kill the lion in the jungle. Yes, you need to take part in coding challenges on different coding platforms like CodeChef. You have HackerRank, you have CodeForces, and if you need any guidance about competitive programming, it's very you can take my reference. Means you can contact me anytime, anywhere for any guidance you want from related to competitive programming. Now the last and the most important point is practice and do it regularly. As the old saying says, practice makes a man perfect, and it's always a truth. Be slow, be consistent, and be determined. There is nothing wrong in becoming slow. Okay, so it is very good to become slow and determined, but never deviate from your final goal. What is there in competitive programming? Your patience, dedication, and consistency are very important to becoming a good competitive programmer. Keep practicing the coding questions every single day on these platforms, or you can also take the help of whiteboard to solve coding questions, but the important thing is to do it regularly. This is the bullet point, that you have to do it regularly always. So now I'm going to, if you have any doubts, you can mention in the chat box below. I can read it for 1-2 minutes related to competitive programming if you have any doubts. Yeah, okay. Yeah, first try doing it. Yeah, yeah, sure, I'll give. Yeah, C++ is a very good language. Yeah, best for competitive programming. Yeah, you can learn from Geeks for Geeks and Code Schools website. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll share. Don't worry. So now I'll hand over this session to Himanshu Gupta, CSE second year. So he'll continue the next segment forward for you guys. So over to you, Himanshu.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, thanks Pranav for explaining about CP. So hello everyone, I'm Himanshu Gupta from CSE second year and also from DSE CP Club. So what is competitive programming club? So by definition, we can say that it's a group of people who are interested in CP comes together and share their knowledge with each other, skill ups together under DSE GGV. In short, you can understand that many of us are ordinary people, but when we will come together, we can achieve extraordinary results. In our case, we will achieve that in competitive programming. Moving to the next slide. Okay, so let's see how the club works, workflow of the club. So in this club, we solve problems related to competitive programming regularly and regularly conduct meet for the discussion over the different types of solution of that problem and contribute it to the GitHub account of DSE GGV. We also frequently conduct workshops for interested students, inter-college and intra-college on CP related topics for beginners as well as for intermediate in CP. Apart from this, we have to write blogs for the community related to CP topics for and participate in all the activities that has been conducted by DSC GGV. Moving to the next slide. What is the vision of our club? So vision of the club is creating environment of competitive programming in Guru Ghasidas University. There is because it is very less in our college, and prepare a student for the future interview related to coding round, because in any MNC you are applying in the first round, they will test your programming and problem solving skills, and increase the participation of a student from IT GGV in coding contests around the internet. Moving to the next slide. Uh, so Thanks. At last, I want to say that it doesn't matter which club you will join, be it a tech club or any sport club or anything else. What matter is the time that you have given to the learn something new that you can never learn from a book. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Pranav and Himanshu. So till now we have two clubs completed. That is Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Club, and second one is Competitive Programming Club. After that, we have Cybersecurity and Blockchain Club, and it's both technologies are really important to us. So you know about the afternoon session. We have alumni with us. So here I am giving a link in the chat box. Also, the Nexus team will be here, the alumni interaction cell, you can say. So I am giving the link in the chat box. That's a simple Google form where you just give some, because they are going to play games with you. Okay, so I am giving them, please fill this form too. And I will give in the last end of the session too. Okay, thank you so much guys for your really patience. Now the competitive programming is done, and now cybersecurity and blockchain team will carry out. Amog, you can continue here.
Yes, sir. Cybersecurity presentation will be first there. So they will be presenting.
Yeah, Abhishek. Now the turn is of the Cloud and DevOps Club. So they will present their screen and start their presentation. The Cybersecurity Club is after the Cloud and DevOps Club. Okay.
Okay, great.
Swati, you can present your screen and get started with the session.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, Swati,
Yeah,
you are
Swati.
audible.
Hello everyone. I am Swati Kumari. I hope you all are fine. Now I am here to introduce you all with our club. And the name of our club is Cloud and DevOps Club. Yeah, after listening our name of our club, you might be thinking, what is cloud and how it's work? So how many of you know about cloud? Please write in the chat box. Now let's see. I will tell you all about the cloud after a few minutes. First, I want to tell you the agenda of our club. This club play very important role in DSC because cloud computing is a new technology and it's growing day by day, and it is applicable to all the field of technology. So we have created our club to gain knowledge in cloud computing and to build different projects. So with the help of our cloud computing, we are with the help of this club, we are preparing ourselves for cloud industry. So I hope you have written. I hope you have written the in the chat box about the cloud. Now I'm going to tell you about the cloud. So what is cloud computing? The term cloud refers to a network or internet. In the other words, we can say that cloud is something which is presented at remote location. It allows online data storage, infrastructure, and applications. Cloud computing is both a combination of software and hardware-based computing resource delivered as a network service. We all are using cloud computing in our day-to-day life. For example, when you update your status on your Facebook account, then you make use of cloud computing. And the next example is when you check your bank account balance on phone, again you make use of cloud. So I hope you all are clear with cloud computing. Now let's see more about cloud computing, that why is cloud computing called cloud computing? Cloud computing is named as such because the information being accessed is found remotely in the cloud or a virtual space. The cloud computing structure allows access to information as long as electronic device has access to the web. This allows employee to work remotely. The information being accessed is found in the cloud and does not require a user to be in a specific place to gain access to it. Now let's move further to see the vision of our club. So the vision of our club is learning various skills in cloud computing. And the cloud computing is future and one of the most fluent technology developments witnessed in the field of technology. The Cloud Computing and DevOps Club is a technology-based organization of members who share an interest for cloud computing. Our goal is to provide an opportunity for students to explore cloud computing through the fun and hands-on activities. And the next vision is working on real life projects. And then we are regularly conducting meetings of our club. Next, we writing technical blogs and article from our cloud DevOps clubs. Now the next is cloud service provider. So many of you know about the cloud service provider. There are many companies who provide cloud services like AWS, that is Amazon Web Service. Next one is Google Cloud Platform, that is GCP. Next is IBM Cloud. Next one is Microsoft Azure and Camtera and Adobe Creative Cloud. Actually, cloud service providers are vendors which provide IT as a service over the internet. It doesn't store any data on your hard disk of your PC. Cloud companies helps you to access your data from remote servers. Like recently, our DSC GGV have conducted a 30 days of Google Cloud in which many of our students have participated and they got the goodies and swags from Google Cloud platform. Actually, this Google Cloud platform is a new platform for cloud. It has developed in a few years, so it provides a very flexible platform. It solves the issue with AI and data analytics. So you guys can also visit this platform to use their services. Their platforms are very easy to handle. Now let's talk about Amazon Web Service platform. This platform is also very easy to handle. It has very easy sign up process. It has a fast deployment process, and it allows you to manage their platform very easily. So you can visit their platform to learn something about their services and use their services. Now let's see, why do we need cloud? Cloud computing has been evolving the way business operate these days. Companies of all the shapes and size have been adapting to this new technology. Industry expert believes that cloud computing will continue to benefit the mid-size and large-size companies in incoming few years. So let's see some of the benefits of cloud computing. So first one is lower computer cost. One of the significant reasons why huge number of little scale and large scale businesses from the world are utilizing cloud today is because of huge impact on cost saving. And the second is improved performance. Through cloud computing, performance of website has improved. Like in earlier times, when you visit any website, then it takes lots of time to open your website. But in nowadays, when you visit any website, then it's open in few seconds. So this is done by the cloud computing. And the next one is universal document access. When you upload your files or any document on the cloud, then you can access your files from anywhere in the world and from any device like your PC, your smartphone, and any device. Next one is instant software update. Nowadays, we all are using the mobile phones, so cloud-based application. Cloud-based application automatically refresh and update themselves instead of focusing on IT department to perform a manual organization-wide update. This save times and money of the user. Next is unlimited storage capacity. Nowadays, the use of mobile phones and computer are increasing day by day. So we need to store our files and document on. So here also cloud will help you to store your files and document. And on the other hand, businesses use the cloud storage to store document and share them with others. It helps in preserving your important documents and files and at the same time giving you better opportunity to collaborate on project with other people through the data sharing. So you have seen that there are many benefits of using cloud. So now I want to call Suraj to tell you about the career opportunity in cloud computing.
Hello, am I audible? Can you please
Yeah, you are
confirm once you
audible.
get? Oh, okay, fine. Thank you, Swati. Hello, everyone. A very good morning, all of you. Myself, Suraj Patel, member of Cloud and DevOps Club. Now that Swati told you how cloud computing is important for us, now I am going to tell you about career opportunity in cloud computing. Cloud computing is no doubt a wonderful option as choosing a career for any candidate who is working in the IT industry. A career in this now one of the big buzzes in the market and expected to be a high paid job that will be available on SAM very frequently. A career in cloud computing is not at all once a static approach of gaining knowledge. One time knowledge will not be enough for a candidate to be updated in their career. Candidates have to always update themselves with current changes or experiment happening with the cloud computing. Some professionals think that taking one certificate is enough for getting the job. But for that, renewal of certification is also very important, required in case of cloud computing. In past 3 years, job searches on Indeed for role related to cloud computing, cloud infrastructure, cloud security, cloud architect, cloud engineer rose nearly by 108%. Employer interest for candidate with cloud computing skill rose by 33%. Let's move to our next slide. What are the field or things in which we can use cloud computing? Data backup. Backing up data has always been a complex and a time-consuming operation. This includes maintaining a set of tapes or a drives, manually collecting them and dispatching them to a backup facility with all the inherent problems that might happen in between originating and backup side. But through cloud computing, you can now automatically dispatch data to any location across the wire with the assurance that neither security, availability, nor capacity are issues. Disaster recovery provides for a faster recovery from a mess of different physical locations at a much lower cost that traditional DR site with fixed assets, rigid procedure, and much higher cost. Cloud can offer you that possibility of storing your files and accessing storage and retrieving them for any web-enabled interface. The web services interface are usually simple at any time and place. You have high availability, speed, scalability, and security for your environment. Big data analytics to tap into vast quality of both structured and unstructured data to harness the benefit of extra business value. Retailers and suppliers are now extracting information derived from the consumer buying pattern to target their advertising and marketing campaigns to a particular segment of population. One of the best scenario for the use of cloud is test and development environment. This entails securing a budget and setting up your environment through physical assist, significant manpower and time. Hybrid cloud is computing environment that connect a company on-premise private cloud services and a third-party public cloud into a single flexible infrastructure for running organization application and workload. Let's move further. How this club is beneficial for you guys. If you want to learn about cloud, then you have a great opportunity. You can join our club. In future, maybe you can make your own project too. I am also a beginner. I am still in way to learn more about cloud computing. Hope you all are excited to join our club. let me know in the comment section how many of you excited to join our club. If you want to join our club, then research some about cloud computing. All the best, guys. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Swati and uh, Suraj, for this wonderful presentation. So that was all from the Cloud and DevOps Club. Now it's time for our next club, that is the Cybersecurity and Blockchain Club. So I would like to call Bhavesh to present his screen and start with this presentation. Bhavesh, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can
Is
continue.
my screen visible?
Yes, Bhavesh, it's visible. You can continue.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bhavesh, and with my colleague Nikhil, member of DSC Cybersecurity and Blockchain, ma'am. So, what do you think? What comes in our mind after having that cybersecurity and blockchain? So, most of you are thinking for hacking, account hacking, Facebook account hacking, Instagram account hacking. Everyone thinks for that. So, what is cybersecurity? It was not like that only hacking of an account or Instagram account hacking. So, what is cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity is critical to business and involves the protection of IT system and data from cyber threats such as computer-assisted fraud or vandalism. Cybersecurity may also be referred to as information technology security.
So, as of now, we know what is cybersecurity. Then, what is the benefits of having a cybersecurity team? So, the cybersecurity team's benefits are like they used to protect us from an unauthorized access or a third party access, which we don't give to a person, but the person tries to leak out our data. Also, the cybersecurity team used to prevent ourselves from adware, malware, spywares, those who used to take out all the data from ourselves and used to do it public, which is not for public. Now, some of the
Now,
skill experts are
now, now let's talk about which skill you need if you want to expert in cybersecurity. First of all, you have to learn Linux, and second one, learn programming language. If you want to be a hacker like Python, HTML, PHP, learn networking concept like TCP, UDP protocols, LAN, firewalls, etc. Contribute to open source program. If you want to learn more about cyber security and ethical hacking, read more and more about hacking and meet more and more hackers, and never ending things because new technology develops daily.
so as of now we know the what is the role of cybersecurity, what is cybersecurity, and what are the things required to become a cybersecurity expert. Now let's see what are the job opportunities and opportunities after having all the skills and all the things. So a penetration tester, which is in general terms known as a hacker, all the things that testing and all is done by a penetration tester. And then comes a cybersecurity analyst. After that, we have information security analyst, cybersecurity engineer, and a security engineer, which used to look after all the things and run a thing properly so that our data should not be leaked in a wrong way. So some of the certifications required for us to become a cybersecurity expert and used to show them in the companies to get a high profile job is like CEH, that is none other than Certified Ethical Hacker Certificate, which is conducted by EC Council and has a validation of 3 years. Second thing, the Offensive Security Certified Professional, that OSCP certificate, which is conducted by OSCP organization only, which is a bit costly and accepted worldwide. It costs around 70,000 for a 30 days of lab in short, which is used for us to practice. And a crest is accepted mostly in Europe, Asia, and UK. If you have any kind of doubt, anything, just contact me or just type in the chat box. We will be taking further your doubts. Now,
Now see the roadmap of cybersecurity. What you have to learn in cybersecurity. First of all, intro to cybersecurity. Take classes in cybersecurity from which you will learn more about basics of cybersecurity and details of cybersecurity. Second, other one thing is operating system. Learn operating system like a Linux and Windows. Networking like networking like TCP, UDP protocols, LAN, firewall, etc. Uh, Fourth one is understanding protocol. Protocols mean different type of ports like 8080, 23, and this type. Programming language. Now talk about the programming language which you have to learn in ethical hacking or cyber security. You have to learn Python, PHP, HTML, etc. And the sixth one is security approaches.
now that's enough to understand what is the use of cybersecurity. Now let's see an experiment to prove. Now, what do you think? What kind of experiment are you expecting from us to show after looking all the diagrams and pictures? So the experiment we are here to show is a keylogger. A keylogger is nothing, just a simple tool or a simple device which used to collect all the data that you type from a keyboard in your laptop. Now let's see. Wait, I will show you. So here is a keylogger program that I had made it for my laptop only just to show. So as the keylogger program is now running. Now whatever I will type, it will store it in a text format in a text file. So as I type DSC club, as I'll type DSC club, DSC club, so it will type in a text file like I press shift key and then DSC club. Now I press space and then club. So whatever you will type, it will store in live also. Like I typed my name Bhavesh, it will automatically store in the text file. I typed Bhavesh. See, this all the private thing, even all your passwords and all the things can be transferred it and can be taken by a hacker. So thank you everyone. If you have endbox, I'll be taking that now.
So thank you, Bhavesh and Nikhil. Amog, you can take over from this moment.
Yes, sir. Um, a hearty welcome to all the juniors for joining this session. I hope my screen is visible and my voice is audible to all of you. I hope that this session will prove valuable for you. Before starting the session, I would request you and I would need you to put your attention in the session, and I'm sure that it will be very beneficial for you all. I assume most of you must have seen the web series named Scam 1992, which came recently. And I think that you might have got fascinated with the world of stock markets, trading, and investment. A year back, I also was excited to know more about this. While I was studying stock markets and trading, I found people are investing in a new thing called cryptocurrency. Surely the name was enough intriguing to capture anyone's attention, and so I was interested in knowing what cryptocurrency actually is.
Cryptocurrencies are the first use case of blockchain technology. And when I dive deeper into knowing cryptocurrencies, I came to know about the blockchain technology. To understand cryptocurrency, let's understand the concept of money first. And here I have prepared a timeline, a short timeline, a brief history of money for you. So let's go back in time. In the initial days, barter system was the method of exchange. This system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. People exchanged services and goods for other services and goods in return. There was no concept of money, it was just an exchange. Then came cowrie shells. Money is a medium of exchange similar to coin money. Okay, cowrie shells were like the first money and was commonly used in many parts of the world then. What happened eventually that people started collecting the cowrie shells instead of working, and this led to inflation in the economy of that time. So what the kings did, they introduced tokens made of precious metals because precious metal was very hard to collect, and so the control was in the hands of kings. Then you can see here the metallic money was introduced by the kings, but metallic money was hard to carry and the threat of thieves increased. People also began to melt and cut some coins and used it for different purpose. This removed some coins out of the economy. So that was very dangerous. In the new era, fiat money system was introduced. Fiat money is a legal tender from the government, which is manifestation of this metallic money or the money. Every fiat money is basically paper money like notes, checkbooks, your DD, which is authorized by some authority. It doesn't have its own value, but the promise of repayment is only its value. But this works only when we trust the intermediaries like bank or government, and it gives them immense power. Later, in with the advent of computer, we had plastic money, and we have credit cards, ATMs, in which we don't have to carry a huge amount of money. We just need to swipe a card and we can pay. And nowadays we have electronic money like UPI, Paytm, Google Pay, where you can spend money with a swipe. Now, here the problem is that the problem is of trust. Here we are trusting a intermediary like a bank. Okay, so all the money which we have put in the bank is we trust the bank for that. The banks and government are not that trustworthy to be sure, because we have seen that many a times banks give loans to such persons who cannot repay them, like we have seen in the case of Yes Bank and Punjab National Bank. But so whose money is it? It's our money. So is it really that efficient to give someone access to our property? Even governments nowadays try to print more notes which lead to inflammation, and this decreases the value of your hard owned notes. In 2000, after the 2008 financial crash, to solve this problem of intermediaries, there was a man or an unknown group of people known as Satoshi Nakamoto, who devised a method of peer-to-peer transaction system. There was no need of intermediary. It was from one person to another person and a group of people. With this, the first cryptocurrency Bitcoin was established in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Your identity is not revealed as everything is under a blockchain ecosystem. There is a limited supply and scarcity to create the value, because you see gold is rare, that's why it is valuable. The same concept applies for cryptocurrencies are programmed to be limited, and so there transaction when it is done, and that's why it is also not hackable. As I said, it is decentralized and there is no central authority. You can see some of the examples of cryptocurrencies which are famous nowadays. I would like to tell you that at the beginning of 2020, there were almost 2,000 cryptocurrencies in market, but these are some of the famous ones like Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, and others are there. So what is the underlying technology behind these cryptocurrencies? The underlying technology is blockchain. Blockchain can be thought of as a global ledger. A ledger हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो बही खाता होता है. A ledger in which every transaction is recorded and older transaction can't be tampered with. Blockchain is not an use case of internet. Okay, like social media, e-commerce they are use cases of internet. Blockchain is as fundamental as internet is, and blockchain promises to bring those changes at those scale which internet has brought in last 20 years. In the digital transaction, cryptographers name a problem called the double spending problem, where a person sends a copy of money to people. If not at so you see, in the internet is an exchange of information. You can send a mail to two people. There is no problem because you can send two copies of it. But when you send a value like some asset like money, you can't send two people copy because this will create money there which will be counterfeit. So this is the double spending problem, that this man is sending money to both of them, but he only have one copy of it. Blockchain solves this problem. Until now, to solve this problem, we would be on favor of the intermediary to bring checks and balance. Like banks used to check for double spending problem, but now blockchain can do that. So these banks and governments, which prove to be the intermediaries in the financial operations, what is the problem with that? Why we can't trust them? So first of all, the main thing is cost, because we need to pay them as they will check our transactions. But why should we pay them if we can have a peer-to-peer system where everyone can check each other, and we don't have need to have a big intermediary. We also have delays. Like if you want to send money from USA to India, like someone is working in USA and he needs to send money, most of the money comes after 10 or of the delay in the financial system, because not all computers and all the system is not integrated that properly. If we ignore these first 2 points also, then there is a major concern of privacy, right? The intermediaries have so much of our information that they have created a virtual copy of it ourselves, of which they make ads and show to us, and that is their business model. You know, Facebook have everything about you, what you do on mobile, when you open your mobile, when you open which app. Okay, I play chess on my app, Facebook knows that I play chess at what time. But why do Facebook wants to know that I play chess? So this is the thing, that privacy is a major concern. Social disparity is the thing which internet came to solve. Okay, when internet came to advent, people thought that it will bring wealth. Of course, internet brought wealth, but internet brought wealth for the a section of society. Like you see, Amazon. Okay, Amazon is such a big company, and his CEO Jeff Bezos is so powerful and so rich. But what he do, he takes goods from the store and just delivers it to the consumer. Can't it be done on a peer-to-peer system where the consumers and the store are on the same blockchain? Yes, we can do that. And so this will create a prosperity in the society where each and everyone will have same level, almost the same level of economic status, and there won't be a problem of too rich or too poor. This is the promise that blockchain makes. You might have think the blockchain, oh, it's kind like magic, but how does it work? Really, the working of blockchain can be explained easily, but it is tough to comprehend. So bear with me. Starting with the transaction initiated, we won't take the example of cryptocurrency as of now. Let's think that I have my friend have a piece of land, okay, and I need to buy from it. So if we do this on blockchain, payment will be done and the land will be on my name, and this will be a transaction. Now this transaction will be added to a block. There are lots of number of transactions which group together and will make a block. This block will be sent to the nodes. Nodes are other computers on the blockchain. They will check if the block and the transaction of the of changing the ownership of the land is correct or not. If they find it correct, they will validate the transaction, and all of them will try to solve a problem which comes under a consensus algorithm. Consensus algorithm is a wide topic, and there are different kind of consensus algorithm like proof of stake, proof of work. But in Bitcoin they use proof of work. In Ethereum they use proof of stake. We won't go in much deeper of this. And when the first node who solves the consensus algorithm will put the block in the blockchain and will get rewarded with some cryptocurrency. This is the incentive for which he works. In blockchain, all the blocks are connected to one another, and each one have its timestamp. If you want to, if a hacker wants to change any transaction which have happened some days before, he needs to change that block and all the blocks after that, because all are chained. And this is far more impossible because new blocks are continuously added, and there is a system of checks and balance which is very hard to demolish. Now let's see the some features of blockchain. As I've said, the consensus means blockchain is only of peer. There is no one big in that, so it's only a mutual distrust which makes it possible. Everyone on blockchain don't trust each other, and they just keep checking each one, and so that is everything gets working. Security, as I told you, that the blocks can't be tampered with, because if one block is tampered, all the blocks after that needs to be tampered, and that's not possible. Provenance is traceability. Like in India, like taking an example, if government is trying to make a highway, and if the money is sent through a blockchain, each and every penny where it was spent will be recorded. And if there is some kind of corruption, then the law enforcement agencies can trace where each and every penny go. That is the most exciting feature of blockchain, and it can't be edited. Like if there is any office where the files are kept, you can burn them, you can destroy them, even you can edit and make a copy of them. But on blockchain that is not possible. This all creates a trust among the peers, and that is the main feature of the blockchain. Later, you see this person, he is Vitalik Buterin. He is the founder of Ethereum. Ethereum is to a blockchain and a cryptocurrency Ether, which is Ether runs on it. Okay, so Vitalik was 19 years old. Okay, guys, like you and me. He created Ethereum when he was 19 years old because he found that Bitcoin have no way to write code on it. Okay, it's just money, but Ethereum is more than it. It introduced the concept of smart contracts. Smart contracts are lines of code that are stored on blockchain and automatically execute when predetermined terms and conditions are met. Like our code, okay, we write a code on our IDE, it works for us, but the smart contracts works themselves when a condition is met. I would like to give an example here. Like if we integrate blockchain and IoT, then we can solve the problem of like farmers um, insurance. If we put some devices in farms to check the level of rainfall that year, they can put an input to the smart contract that this year the rainfall was less, and it will automatically it will automatically give the money of the insurance to the farmer. Here no bank is needed, nothing, everything will be done by blockchain and smart contracts. Blockchain is a organism in itself. It do all kind of work. Some of the use cases which blockchain promises and projects which we can do in the DSC club is identity management system. You see, Aadhaar was widely opposed because our biometric information is with the government and it is centralized. So if a hacker comes and hacks that information, it is a matter of national security. But the same thing if we implement using blockchain, so blockchain will only validate and no one else will be able to see our data. Hassle-free transactions, as I said, that cryptocurrency is used to transfer money all around the world so that the time delay and extra cost can be reduced. True shared economy. You know, OYO rooms, the startup from Ritesh Agrawal, who is the youngest billionaire in India. So is there the real shared economy? Okay, So it says that it brings hotels and the consumers together and gives rooms to the consumer. But this can be done on the blockchain, and there will be no need of OE rooms. Same can be the case with Ola. We don't need Ola a company. We can use the taxi drivers and the consumers, and they can interact on a blockchain itself. There is no need of big company in between. Intellectual property rights, you know, uh, like art, music. Many of you must be using Telegram to watch web series. That is a thing of infringement of intellectual property rights, because the rights belongs to Netflix or Amazon Prime. We don't need to worry as of now, but in future, there might be a case when Netflix will bring a blockchain on its platform, which will uh, be able to prove who have leaked the video. So these are some projects. I would like to also show one of my project which I did it this summer. I don't have an UI integration for it, but I will just tell you how it worked. It was an hospital management system. I hope that most of you have seen Kabir Singh or other manifestation of like Aditya Verma and Arjun Reddy. So in that movie, there is a scene where the protagonist, what he gets drinked and then he operates and tells his staff to change the logs. So that is a very dangerous situation in real life. Okay, and if somebody do some fraud in hospital, he will get away with it by changing the logs. We made a simple application which did some CRUD operations, like we had a whole database of doctors, patients, and when they were operated. And it was based on Ethereum blockchain. We programmed it in Solidity. So it give an immutable approach. If any day you want to see, you can ping me on LinkedIn. I will show the project to you. Ganache is a local blockchain on your computer. I used it throughout the project, and web3.js is another integration for web application and your Ethereum platform. So these are some advanced things. You don't need to consider them now. Okay, here I think that it's not necessary that you get almost 100% of this thing, because blockchain is a new technology. Most of them might not get, but if you get 50 to 60% out of this, and you are curious, then my motive is satisfied. Here I would like to tell you that I have a task for you. If you are interested, just find out that I have told you that blockchain is unhackable, but still there is a way that there is a threat that blockchain can be have. You have to find out what technology can be proved to threat to blockchain. And whenever you get the PPT, click on this link, get your starter pack here. I have created a starter pack for you, which have some videos and a course or something like that, and you can have it. So thank you everyone for listening to me. Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amog, and thank you so much, Cybersecurity and Blockchain team. At last, we have last club, which is Android and Web Development team. Ajay sir will host this screen. Before that, I just say, no, session is not the end. This is the last club we have to introduce. I give the form link. This form will be used for an activity in the afternoon session. So please fill this form. Somebody asked about what is this form. Okay, this form is like Janch Partal type. So it's really great if you fill this form. And I request you all, the session is already going on, and please come to afternoon sessions too. Okay. So it's the last club. Thank you so much, everyone. Ajay sir, you can continue.
Hello.
Himanshi, am I
Yes,
audible to you?
yes, sir.
Yes, you can continue with your presentation.
Okay. So, hello guys, this is Himanshi Soni, and I'm a member of Bevan Android Club. So, till now, you have seen already all the clubs, and the last club of DSC GGV, that is Bevan Android Club.
Uh, Next slide. So as a member of Web and Android Club, what we do. So as a member of Web and Android Club, we build websites and develops Android apps. We design integrated applications which solve real life problems like creating an app that provides all study material related to any stream or on a single platform. So like there are many problems in real life that we can solve with our creativity. Next slide, sir. So what is that? In our club, Web and Android Club, there are two parts: web development and app development. So first we are going to discuss about web development. So what is the website development? Web development is the building and maintenance of websites. It is the work that happens behind the scenes to make a website look great, work fast, and perform well with a seamless user experience. Web developers or devs do this by using a variety of coding languages. The languages they use depends on the types of tasks they are performing and the platforms on which they are working. Next slide. So, in short, if I say web development means building of website. So, have you ever think how do these websites work? So, let's first take a look at some general information on how websites work. All websites work at their most basic are just a bunch of files that are stored on a computer called a server. This server is connected to the internet. You can load that website through a browser like Firefox or Chrome or Safari on your computer or your phone. Your browser is also called the client in this situation. So here comes two terms, client and server. So what is the meaning of these terms? So let me explain this by an example. Imagine a restaurant. The dinner is the end user. In order for the dinner to eat, the chef, who will be the client, must prepare a meal using various ingredients. But where do these ingredients come from? If the meal is an omelette, the core ingredient is an egg, which is supplied by a chicken, which in turn is raised and looked after by a farmer. So the farmer is the server. Next slide. So what makes a complete website? So for completing a website, we need these three sections: front end, back end, and database. So what is the front end? Front end means that you are dealing mainly with the client side. It is called the front end because it is what you can see in the browser. Front end developers implement web pages using HTML and CSS. They make sure the website looks pretty on different devices and that the forms and button works. And second is backend. Backend is a part of website that you can't really see, but it handles a lot of logic and functionality that is necessary for everything to work. Backend developers create the backbone of web application. They write code logic that handles a user's input. For example, what should happen when you click the sign up button after filling a form. And third one is database. A database is an organized collection of structured information or data, typically stored electronically in a computer system. The data can be easily accessed, managed, modified, updated, and controlled and organized. Most databases use SQL for writing and querying data. Next slide. Required for becoming a web developer. Essentially just three things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the three pillars of the web. Together, these three pillars make every website work. Defining the content to be displayed, there is HTML, hypertext markup language. Telling a browser how to display that content, that is CSS, cascading style sheet, and making the content interactive, that is JavaScript. So as you can see in the diagram, the burgers of first slide present the front end part. Front end is for the skills for the front end of a website, and second layer present protocols and APIs. Third layer present databases. Fourth layer presents backend, and last one present platforms on which you host your websites. Next slide. So what are the types of web developers? So there are three types of web developers: front end, back end, and full stack web developer. So I think front end, back end, you have a basic idea. So what is full stack developer? Full stack developer do bits of both backend and front end. Depending on the problem at hand, they can swipe cape and move sticks. So I give you an example uh, for understanding your front end back end part. One way you can think about this is the front end web development is like the front end of house part of a restaurant. It is the section where customers come to see and experience the restaurant, the interior decor, sitting, and of course eating the food. On the other hand, back-end web development is like the back of house part of a restaurant. It is where deliveries and inventory are managed and the process to create the food all happens. There is a lot of things behind the scenes that the customers would not see, but they will experience and hopefully enjoy the end product that is a delicious meal. Next slide. So what are the feature opportunities in the field of web development? So you can go in the for front-end developer, back-end developer, full-stack developer, and mobile developer, and game developer, etc. etc. So there are more opportunities. If you have interest, then you can go. So thank you. Now I would like to call Smriti, and now she will tell you about Android development.
Am I audible, Himanshi? Hello. Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone. Myself Smriti, member of website app development team at DSC GGV. Let's something about Android. So what is Android? Let me explain. Android is an open source and Linux-based operating system for mobile device such as smartphone and tablet. Android was developed by the Open Handset Alliances led by Google and other companies. The first beta version of the Android software development kit was released by Google in 2007, whereas the commercial version of Android 1.0 was released in September 2008. The source code of Android is available under the free and open source software license. Google published most of the code under the Apache license version of 2.0 and the rest Linux kernel charges under the GNU, that is the General Public License version. So here we can see in the slide, why Android? It is a good question. Why Android? Let's find answer. As figure shown, it is an open source operating system, has larger developed and community reach. By using Android, it reduces the cost of development and also rich development environment. So that's the major reason the most of we use Android. Coming to the next slide. Features of Android. Android is a powerful operating system competing with Apple 4GS and support great features like beautiful UI. Android operating system basic screen provides a beautiful and good user interface. If we talk about connectivity, we can connect with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. Let's talk about media support. It supports MP3, OGG, PNG, JPG, etc. If we talk about multitasking, we can jump from one task to another, and sometime various applications can be run simultaneously. If we talk about multi-languages, it supports single direction and bidirectional text, both. So I want to add here some extra things that Android applications are usually developed in the Java language using Android Software Development Kit. Once developer, Android application can be packaged easily and sold out either through a store such as Google Play or Opera Mobile. Now in this slide, we can show that, the version of Android. Here like Donut, Marshmallow, Lollipop, etc. the version of the Android. Please sir, next slide. Okay, now the main part, how to become an Android or app developer. To become an Android or app developer, we have to learn some technology like Flutter, Java, Python, Kotlin, Swift, etc. Let's discuss some of them, okay? Flutter, let's start with Flutter. Flutter, an open source mobile app development, is created by Google. It is used for creating high quality cross-platform native interface for both iOS and Android platform. If we talk about Java, Java, an object-oriented programming language. It is an official Android development language. It is a programming language as well, and it is very easy to handle. Next slide. Is there any future for Android development? What do you all think? Okay, let me explain. Over 1 billion smartphone and 179 billion of mobile application download per year. This is huge, na? Yeah. Through this data, we can imagine how much growth mobile application do in a year. Mobile development is certainly one of the innovative and actively growing sector. Mobile app development is driving the advancement of the technology, which requires business to have a vision of the next few years. So through this information, we can say, yes, Android app developer has a bright future. That's all from my side. Stay safe. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Smriti and Himanshi, for this wonderful presentation. So that was all from the website and Android Development Club, and that was all about all the clubs from DSC GGV. That was all 5 clubs from our community. So now I would like to call Abhishek to continue with the session.
Okay, the session is not end, and so I request please fill the feedback form. Feedback. No, sorry. Please fill this form because this form is used in activity in afternoon session, and I request please call your friends, batchmates in afternoon session. It's really important. And after one, you can have a grab your lunch and be active, and you will really enjoy the last session after. Okay, the Nexus team and we are here to actually the industry is will teach us, and so many things are going on. Okay, so they will come at last. This is the last session, means there's a 10-minute session by Ruhi Avasthi ma'am. Ruhi Avasthi ma'am is actually the woman tech lead of DSCGTV. She's also an you know about Girl Script Bilaspur chapter lead. She's a cloud facilitator of Google too. She's an expert. She will be there to engage few minutes with you all, where she will speaking on women in tech also. Ruhi ma'am, I give you the host permission. Wait a minute. Ruhi ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, Abhishek. Is my screen is visible? Abhishek.
Yes, it's visible, but it's blurring actually. As
1 second.
kind of blur.
Not?
No, it's blur. Can you please share your screen once more?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now?
Yeah, it's fine now. You can start.
Okay. So, hello and very good evening, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ruhi Avasthi, and I'm a pre-final year student, and I'm the Women Tech Maker lead at DSC GGV. As the Women Tech lead, I'm here to tell you about women in tech across the globe, the opportunities and the information that one should know. So today we'll be going to discuss about what is a woman tech maker and what challenges that girls faces and their solution and about some career opportunities for women. So before starting the session, I would like to tell you that I want you to keep an open mind about this diversity. It's a very delight subject to talk about. It's a trigger a lot of people immediately, and I feel that if we cannot even discuss whether the approach is right or wrong, without somebody's blowing up in your face, then I think that's going to lead us down in dangerous path. So let's get into the first piece here. Okay, so what is a WTM, Women Tech Maker? So basically this program is introduced by Google for bridging the gender gap in tech industries, and this program aimed to share the knowledge gained with the ecosystem and get a better understanding of how strategically uplift more Indian women in technology across all career levels. So, as a women tech lead, I am responsible to increase the participation of women and provide them with a platform to build their career in tech. So, let's talk about women in tech statistic for 2020. You might think that there would be a gender equality in technologies by 2020, but no. The number of females studying on or joining the field is still wanting more women in the field. Isn't that surprising, bearing in mind that the first coder in the early 20th century was a woman? So let's discuss some more women in technology. In 2020, about 25% of Google, Apple, Amazon, Facebook employees are female, but still tech has an issue with gender diversity. So why are women lagging in tech? Unfortunately, despite the high pay and low unemployment rate, women are severely underrepresented in the tech field. Nationwide, women comprise only 90% of engineering graduating and 80% of computer science engineering. So, but for me, these numbers not make any sense. I always wanted to be an engineer. I love technologies. Technologies is fascinating. It's exciting. You learn new things every day. You work on things that matters, things that change the world. So why are women shying away from the tech fields? Actually, it was not always this way. There were many more women in coding, where the computers were sized in living room. Actually, I love that picture. Okay, so guys, believe it or not, shrinking size of the computer is the blame for having a less women in coding. You see, in the 60s or 70s, boys and girls had no access to the computers. Women and men were equally unprepared for the career in computer science. It was even playing field where men and women could succeed or fail equally. And things changes dramatically in the mid of 80s. With the personal computer coming to market, families started buying computers and putting them into the boys' room, giving them an advantage. A survey with hundreds of students in computer science classes in the 90s found that the parents were much more likely to buy a computer for their boys when they were for their girls. Even if girls were interested in the computers, boys started thinking with the code and the hardware, while girl has no exposure. This familiarity translates into a gender gap in knowledge and in confidence. Girls started falling behind, losing confidence, and avoiding tech field. But now many organizations started women in tech opportunities. So we'll be talking about this later. So I would like you to think of a little girl in your life, your sister, your friend, or your cousin. Imagine her all grown up. What do you think of her doing for a career? Uh, Actually, 30% or 34% of girls would choose computer science as a career on their own. If they are encouraged by their families, the number goes up to 65%. You have the huge influence on your families. You might not know it, but you guys do. What we can do for her? So we have to build our girls' confidence, continue to give enforcement to your girls, continue to encourage them. Do not underestimate the power of such small efforts. So here are some tech companies who are providing a scholarship for girls. So like Google, Adobe, Red Hat. So, for example, Google Women Engineering Program is supported by Google to provide a proper mentorship and opportunity to excel in the industry. So just like Google, we have Adobe, Red Hat, Microsoft, Apple, and many more companies and startups that are providing scholarship for girls. Apart from all these things, firstly, let's talk about the prix. So uh, you should get Google's and Microsoft tag and lots of goodies from there. Then this is a 1 or 2 years experience program in which will you provide all the resources and good teachers to teach you important skills that are relevant for your professional careers. They will teach you how to code, they will teach you how to talk, and they will teach you how to give a presentation. Also, the importance of self promotion. Self promotion is the most important thing in this world right now. So everything is covered that you can think of that is important for a growth of a student. Also, apart from study, you will also get some stipends. So don't worry, girls. There are lots of opportunities available for you in tech. You have a great future ahead if you have the power to explore the things. The only thing you need is to enthusiasm to learn new things. And as you know that traditional Indian parents told that an Indian woman, when she is young, she is dependent on her father, and when she is married, she is dependent on her husband, and when she is old, she is dependent on her son. And I don't want to be like that. I want you to have the independence. I want you to be the master of your destiny. And the only way you can do that thing is if you are an educatist. So please study hard and be confident. If you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you, because perception is the reality. Thank you so much. Abhishek, now you can take over.
Okay, thank you so much, Rui, for a wonderful session. I think the girls get the point. Don't. We are not here to compare the girls and boys, but it's a matter of fact. That's why we are giving a talk on the girls, why they are not going on a tech field. So I request Dipesh sir to give a small announcement and we have a special thing for you guys. Dipesh sir.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. So here is a small announcement for all of you guys. Like we are having an Android jams study jams sessions. We are going to have soon. So uh, those students who are interested in Android development or who wants to study Android, like wants to know what is Android and how to develop Android apps, so they can this is the perfect opportunity for them to learn Android. So let me tell you about what are the Android study jams. So Android study jams of are the is the program for the people who are new to Android or who are already doing Android development uh, from their previous classes in the schools. So basically, the Android study jams are based in the Kotlin programming language. So if you have some enthusiasm to learn the Android development, so you can definitely uh, join the session and you can uh, perform the tracks. There are various tracks available for you to develop the Android apps. So we will also have an info session for this, from where you can know every little detail about this Android study jams, so that you can participate in it and can develop various Android apps and can gain various skills. Apart from the skills, you will also gain some badges uh, in your Google developers profile. You may have heard of the Google developers profile. Uh, you will earn some badges from Android team in your Google developers profile. Apart from that, you will also gain a certificate of participation from the Android team. So it is a perfect opportunity for you guys. So tomorrow we will have the info session for this. So guys, please join the session. We will provide you the link for the same. Don't worry for that. Yes. Let me see in the chat box. Yes. Whoever wants to be an Android developer, this one opportunity is perfect for you. You can join the session. We will host sessions also from the Android study jams.
Okay, thank you so much, Dipesh, for your introduction. By the way, Dipesh Garg sir is Android facilitator, and he's directly contact with the Google and Android team too. So he will be leading the sessions too. And thank you so much, guys, for your learning. And if you're really interested in Android, or you want to develop any product or solve any problem, you have to know the basics of web development on Android. So it's really great if you join the session, because knowledge is thing which can you use in a future. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for joining, and we are ending the session. And